Thank you, Jimmy. Hi. I'm very grateful here today to have the privilege standing on this stage on an event like TEDx to share some of my ideas. But before I start, who here has switched to a new phone within the last 2 years? Raise up your hand, because I have. Who here has switched a computer within the last 2 years? Raise up your hand, because I have as well. Who here thinks I'm just wasting time asking you guys these questions? It's quite a few of you. Yeah, so my speech today is going to be about the environment. And I know at least half the audience has tuned out hearing these two words, the environment. But our consumerist lifestyle leads us to buy devices every month. And just look at this graph. This graph shows the exponential growth of sales of just one family of device, the iPhone. Expand this to every single type of device, every single family of device, and we have a lot of waste. As emerging markets, as more people enter the middle class and can afford these phones, and as automation goes forward, and we have stuff like smart fridges, smart TVs, and the Internet of Things stuff, we generate a lot of waste electronic products. So, another question for you guys. Where does it all go? Where does all your old devices go? Now, I'd like to ask you guys a few questions. Who just puts them in a drawer? Who puts it in the storeroom? Oh, that's surprisingly few. Who throws it away or puts it in a recycling bin and doesn't look back? Well, if you raised your hand, may I introduce you to the Ghana, the e-waste capital of the world. This is a man scrapping junk from a heap. Now, e-waste is so toxic that there is an export ban on any sort of e-waste. Electronics waste? No, you don't export that stuff. But what many countries do is they label these as donations, I'm sure you heard of that before, to places like Ghana, and they just end up in piles like this, waiting to be scrapped. Well, obviously that's bad, because there is a recent study from the Yale School of Public Health that states that about 95% of the people of the world population breathes in polluted air every day. So look around you. Statistically, every single one of you are breathing polluted air right now. It's obviously not good, because the same study has found a causation effect between polluted environment and lower development of the brain. Children who grow up in polluted environments find it harder to grasp math and language, which is essential in our society today. So, but the way the market is right now, it seems like every month, every day, something new comes out. Oh, you gotta buy this phone, you gotta buy that thing, you gotta buy this, you gotta buy that. So, where does all the old stuff end up? Obviously, we don't want to end up, corrupting the minds of our children. We don't want to breathe in the e-waste that we have, because e-waste, you don't want to drink the e-waste, because e-waste, fun fact, contains lead, phosphor, and other heavy metals that can leach into the water supply. And obviously that's bad, because you don't want to drink heavy metals, obviously. So it seems that it's impossible for us to catch up with the technology. It's impossible for us to catch up on our problems, because every single month there's a new device, and you want to buy and you want to buy. But the old stuff sits there, and it creates an environment where it's harder and harder for humans to live in. Well, I'd like to introduce a solution. Well, we can cleverly reuse this old stuff, right? So you can break it down to 3 main parts. 1, the ports that they use. 2, turning a wired device into a wireless device. And 3, network quality of life. So the first one, the common ports. This is a monitor I use every single day. It's on my desktop. And it's a 2003 monitor, a monitor from 2003. It's 2018, right? Yeah, I took that picture yesterday. This thing, it shouldn't be on my desk, but it is. Now, second monitors are pretty cool because you can do lots of multitasking stuff. You can have a Word document and a Wikipedia article. You can play some music video and then you can read some news. It's great. And if anyone uses a computer and they have to switch windows all the time, consider a second monitor. Look in storage rooms for an old monitor and just plug it in. It just works and it is a pleasure. The second is wireless speakers. Here's something you can do. Find an old phone and find an old speaker. Download an app like SoundWire or even like Spotify's Device Play. And you've essentially created wireless speakers. Now, old speakers, they contain lots of magnetic components, and these can pollute the environment. But if you use them to good use, make wireless speakers of your own, yeah, you just took a little bit of pollution out and made it useful. And lastly, now who here has wondered how cool it would be if you can just block all the ads on all your devices? That no ads when you browse the internet. No, but you have to download ad block, you have to download this, you have to download that. No, if you have an old laptop or an old desktop, just plug it into your router. This is an application called Pi-hole that basically blocks all the advertisement servers, just like how a school would block game websites. It's the exact same concept. And pesky ads, be gone! Now, I want to end with 3 things. First, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Now, I can already hear half of you guys tuning out because we've heard it so many times, right? Reduce, reuse, recycle. Oh, what they don't tell you is that it's sequential. It's based on how it helps the environment. So first off, reducing the amount of waste that you generate. Second of all, reuse the old stuff that you have. And finally, recycle the stuff. Because contrary to popular opinion, recycling does pose some environmental disadvantages to the planet. And it might even be worse than littering in some cases, like electronic recycling. And the second thing I would like to leave you guys with is the problem-solving mindset. Now, the devices that we buy, they are supposed to solve a problem, to solve the problems we have in our lives. But when they're discarded, they're basically trash. But if we use these devices that we already own, and we apply the problem-solving mindset to it, we apply, oh, I have a quick itch that I want to have wireless speakers or a second monitor. Really, you can do that. It just takes a bit of time. And if you're not sure, I extend my welcome to you to the tech community. Come ask questions. We'll try and get you sorted out. And in the process, you can learn more about electronics. And learning more about electronics is a vital skill of the 21st century as we move into automation and learning how to use automated devices and such. And thirdly, the greatest problem that climate change faces today is human apathy. We don't want to hear about climate change. It's just fact. You know, oh, it's 20 cents for a plastic bag? Why? You know, it's annoying. It's annoying, it's perceived as annoying, but if we apply a problem-solving mindset to it, and think of climate change as a series of trivial problems to solve, we might just make our world a better place to live in, a better place for our future, and a better place closer to paradise. Thank you.